Mother of two of Michael Jackson's children twice gave up her parental rights. Obviously, somebody thought the first time didn't count legally. Does the second time? Our fourth story in the countdown. Can she now get her kids back? And if she does, what happens to the third child? Michael Jackson had two children with his ex-wife, Debbie Rowe, 12-year-old Prince Michael, and 11-year-old Paris Catherine. And there was a third child, 7-year-old Prince Michael II, nicknamed and better known as Blanket, by a surrogate whose name has never been released. Joining us now, an investigative reporter, author of Be Careful Who You Love Inside the Michael Jackson Case, my old colleague Diane Diamond. Good to see you.
Don't say how old, okay?
My colleague,
the other day
Diamond.
You said when we first met how many decades ago. You don't need to say that again.
Okay, I'll skip it. Does Debbie Rowe still have parental rights? And perhaps more importantly, has she had contact with those two children?
No, she has not had contact with the two children. And she testified at the trial, for example, that they didn't know who their mother was. The other issue is cloudy, but here's the short story. Apparently there was a deal made way back when with Debbie Rowe and Michael Jackson. Here, you can have the kids, I'll sign whatever you want, give me some money, bye-bye. You raise them. They're my gift to you. But you can't do that.
Right.
That's illegal. So her attorney took it to court, had her parental rights restored. Many sources have reported that after the trial, after the criminal trial, she then again said to Michael Jackson in a lawsuit saying, you know, all that money you said you'd give me, you didn't give it to me all. Give it to me now, and I'll sign another piece of paper giving away my rights. That is never, I've never gotten a document showing that, but there is confusion about it.
Obviously, there's also confusion about even the identity of the mother of the third child. How does this all factor into custody?
Oh, Keith, can you imagine? Now, let me tell you, it has long been known by those of us who covered Michael Jackson that Michael Jackson is not biologically connected to these children. So there was a sperm donor that made these children with Debbie Rowe. Many of us know who that sperm donor is. Michael Jackson handpicked that sperm donor. If he now suddenly comes forward and says, I want my kids, take my DNA, those kids are mine, I want them, then what happens? He's going to fight with Debbie. It's just a mess.
Well, fortunately,
and then a surrogate could come forward for Blanket.
And fortunately, there's no money involved in the equation.
Well, we don't know about that. He's said to be in a terrible debt, but the debt was getting restructured. And don't forget, every radio station in America and all over the world is playing his songs now. Residuals are coming in. And Michael Jackson is not there to spend the money as it comes in. So it's going to begin to accumulate, pay off debt, go to the kids.
I wanted to close with you on the conversation we had with Dr. Chopra.
Oh, I was riveted. I got goosebumps listening to him.
And also, this begs this question about this doctor. You heard the Los Angeles Times reporter identify him as having been essentially supplied by the firm that was handling the comeback concert in Los Angeles. If you have a live-in doctor, what does that mean? Well,
if you're a celebrity and you have a live-in doctor, I lived in Hollywood, you live there too, it means you have your in-house drug pusher is really what you have. I need an OxyContin, please. I need a little Demerol. And they're on hand to do that for you. That the promoters would bring this man to live with Michael Jackson, and the reports are that he was going to go on tour with him to keep him healthy, to keep him supplied. I don't know. This doctor is pivotal to this investigation, and boy, I hope he's got a lawyer.
Good grief. And to think, just that picture that Deepak Chopra just painted of Michael Jackson going to his house and asking him for a prescription.
Hat in hand, almost.
To Deepak Chopra. I mean, it's mind-boggling.
Remember, there was a lawsuit not too long ago, 2007, a pharmacy in Beverly Hills, Billy Fines or something like that, in the basement of the dermatologist that he uses. $100,000 Michael Jackson owed. $100,000. It was figured that it was about $10,000 a month in prescription drugs. Now, who is writing those prescriptions? Dr. Deepak Chopra was exactly right. It's legalized drug pushing.
The author of Be Careful Who You Love Inside the Michael Jackson Case, and investigative reporter particularly on this story for several years, Diane Diamond.
My pleasure, my friend.
To see you.